Alright everyone, we are live with more Pokemon X. I did end up deciding in the end not to do re-ranks a bunch of these bad Pokemon like Dedenne, Romatisi, Slurpuff, Charizard, Hoopa. These two I wasn't going to do from the start anyway. I'm just not going to re-rank them. So what I'm going to do is today we'll re-rank Genesect, and then tomorrow we will re-rank... Wait, no, not tomorrow. Sometime early next week, we'll re-rank Clawitzer and Dragalge, and then we'll get on to some member-requested solo runs, because I've got a few of them. I really want to play this game with AZ's Floette. What else? I got a couple of other member-requested runs. I don't exactly remember. I think one of them was... Yeah, I can't remember. I remember Excadrill and Exploud. Were those the two? Okay, Excadrill, Exploud, Deoxys. Okay. I'll write that down in my Discord server so I don't forget. XY member runs. Excadrill, Deoxys. I'm assuming the Deoxys will need to be set with the Fateful Encounter. Actually, I don't... I mean, the one in Oras is assumedly not set with it. I think that's something I'll have to test at some point. Explode. Okay, now I won't forget. Well, yeah, it'll start out with its normal form, but there is a meteorite inside of the fossil lab in Ambra Town. You can change your form with that meteorite. So I can change my form whenever I want. I think maybe as soon as I arrive, maybe I'll transform into like the attack form or something, or maybe this defense form. Plus, the different forms have different level up moves. Oh, also, speaking of Genesect, I did set the Fateful Encounter flag to be true for Genesect. That way we can actually get the drives from the hiker, and we can actually change Technoblast's type. Also, Axew actually made this at some point. It's actually a list of all the download boosts at the major fights. Viola and Grant attack, Karina 1 special attack, Rival 1 attack, Karina 2 attack, Rival 2 attack, Ramos attack, Clement special attack, Rival 3 all except for Calem's Delphox attack. Wait, Calem Delphox. So I'm guessing picking the girl and Chespin, yeah, special attack? I did change the tier list requirements. What you're seeing is the new list. I think what's going to matter is like at the league here. Malva special attack, Wickstrom special attack, Diantha special attack, Cybele, Drosna attack. I mean, I'm probably just going to go with what my more powerful moves are by default. I'm definitely going to want to run a mixed set for sure. I'm just going to keep this here. Move the timer up here. I mean, Deoxys and Oras, you can just change its form. It goes for Genesect, the Observatory where the meteorite is. They changed it to where Deoxys needs the meteorite literally back in Diamond and Pearl. It's been a change for a very long time. Generation 3 was the only one where the form depended on the game. That was the only generation. Normal form, aka we have the attack form at home. I mean, yeah. The thing is, though, like, oh my god, on Twitch, I just got 2 bot accounts at once. I'm sure my Siri bot blocked them. Yeah, I'm not going to go by Axew's notes from 2 months ago, because a lot of stuff has definitely changed since then, and I want to go off my own feelings. I mean, then again, I did that with Revenant and Gorgeist. I tried to go off my gut feeling, but the thing is, like, those Pokemon in general just aren't good. I thought Trevenant was good. It's fine, but X and Y is just a very brutal game to solo run in general. Anyway, we're going with Download as our ability, Hidden Power Dark, just because we get really good coverage. And our nature is going to be Rash for extra special attack and less special defense. I don't think we need more speed. And I think, like, even though our offensive stats are equal, I think we're going to be using more special moves, like Thunderbolt and Flamethrower. Oh, speaking of which, Flamethrower. Let me see, 11 a.m. Yep, that's correct. I feel the problem was not buying Bulldoze for the Lion. Are you talking about my previous run? I mean, we don't even get Bulldoze. Oh, are you talking about Trevenant or Gorgeist? They're low on the tier list anyway. Generally, I do better with re-ranks when they're with good Pokemon. Like when I re-ranked Xerneas and Yveltal. I believe I did them without notes, and I improved both of their times. So I can do good at re-ranks with good Pokemon, but re-ranks with bad Pokemon, it's pretty hard. Because you're replacing a bad run with another bad run. Anyway, why don't we get started? 3, 2, 1, go. At least we're only doing one Pokemon today. Nice change of pace. So yeah, for Viola, we'll get an attack boost, so that'll be pretty good. Although that ability popping up is going to happen every single fight. Yeah, it'll definitely affect the timing for sure, but with how quick X and Y is with, like, the text and stuff, I think by the end of the game, that'll only be, like, a few minutes. But it'll definitely add up for sure. You know what's funny with how fast the text is, I won't even be able to see, like, what stats being boosted. You predict A tier. Yeah, A tier would be under 135, which would be my old S tier. Honestly, I think 135, 140, I think it's going to be B tier. Will it be upgraded from the D tier? I think so. Fury Cutter, yes please. Get rid of Magnet Rise. D tier, I assume, is because of the Faithful Encounter flag. Pretty much, yes. Because our original plan was to actually use the Douse Drive for Malva, so our Technoblast becomes a water move. But when we realized you had to have the Faithful Encounter flag, I think I had like 30 resets to Malva or something. So yeah, we're going to have the Faithful Encounter flag. I was very much against like giving it the Faithful Encounter flag because that's not something that should happen if you obtain it as a starter with like the Universal Randomizer. But I got convinced. We're already playing with a illegal starter anyway. We have maxed out stats. Like, all the Faithful Encounter flag is doing is just giving us access to items that Genesect should have access to. It's literal signature items. What's the plan for Lysander? The Douse Drive. Yeah, all 4 of the drives could be used. I think the water drive's going to be more useful for Pyroar. That's my guess. Because we have no water coverage. We have electric coverage in Thunderbolt. We have fire coverage. And what's the... Let's see, what are the drives? It's fire, water, electric... What's the 4th drive? Is it grass? I don't remember what the final drive is. Do you have them all? Oh, it's ice? Oh, okay, thank you. I don't have them yet. I have to get them inside of Amber Town. You know that little building where you revive fossils? I wasn't able to get those in my first run because my Genesect did not have the Fateful Encounter flag, so I gave it the Fateful Encounter flag this time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is ice, yeah. That could be useful, but then again, we get access to Ice Beam later. You saw the World Cup today? I didn't bother watching that. I'm not a huge soccer fan. And besides, hasn't that been going on for like a week or two? Like, it's not like a one-day event from what I've heard. Fire, water, ice, and electric. Just started messing around with it in Legends ZA. Yeah, I got the drives in ZA. I grinded a lot of Mega Shards for them, and I never once used Genesect in battle. I just got it because I wanted to 100% the game, which I think I pretty much did. I completed a full living dex in the main Lumio City dex and both DLCs, and pretty much got every single Megastone. Yeah, Technoblast being late, what can you do about it? Imagine if this was Omega Ruby, where you can the move relearner is after the 3rd gym. But even then, I'm pretty sure in Omega Ruby you can only get the drives in the post game. I know it's some guy in Mauville. I'm working on a living shiny alpha dex. Technoblast is a pretty good attack for the battle zones. Oh really? I've never used that attacking move in ZA, so what's it like? Lock on, gross. I left the XP share on again. You know, my rule with these X and Y runs, I have to let it happen once before I remember to turn it off. Uh-oh. I keep missing. I need the XP. I did save, so I'm gonna reset. It's a pretty quick, long-ranged attack. Dude, I should have turned it off, dude. Great start. Yeah, I should have just used Fury Cutter from the start. I don't know what I was thinking. Miracle Eye is banned. Hey, that's Lock On, not Miracle Eye. Oh, my battery is running low. The Scott's Thoughts propaganda continues. Yep, sure is. Is that a picture of Gothitel's, like, lower body on the wall? I swore it looked like Gothitelle without a head. Oh my god. Hey, Brucker. Oop. Don't we need to teach Infestation like with Arbok or Weezing? Why? We have Fury Cutter. No, we don't need Quick Claw. We're too fast for it. No, Ninjask would not need the Quick Claw. That'd be funny, though. I mean, in Sun and Moon, I pretty much always get it because you can sell that thing for $2,000. Anyway, on this route, I need to pick up Hone Claws. Because I looked at our setup moves. Pretty much our only setup move is Hone Claws. I'm going to go pick that up. Honestly, even with download, even if it occasionally boosts our special attack, we might still use physical moves anyway. Also, I found out during the previous stream, the guy in Camphor Town that can give you like a cherry berry or a chesto berry, he can actually be save scummed. So he can request a typing that you already have, like flying or normal or something. The question, am I going to want a berry? Honestly, I might want the cherry berry for Grant. Or maybe chesto berry. Maybe I could go resto chesto with Hone Claws and sweep with Metal Claw? No, I don't think I need chesto. Oh, thank you. You think Metal Claw is good enough on its own? Honestly, I think you're right. The Amora is 4 times weak to steel. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the cherry berry will waste time, yeah. Especially since we would have to save scum. We'd have to save and then reset until it's a typing we like. I think it should only be worth it for Pokemon that truly need it. Also, before the stream started, I did a bunch more editing. I'm essentially editing the Elite Four right now for the Raichu video, so it will come out tomorrow. Alright, now I'm gonna fight these tourists. Tourists actually give good money. That was actually the reason I delayed fighting them. Plus, it's easier to fight them, too, when you do it later. Well, honestly, not like it matters anyway. You don't fight any trainers inside that mansion. But still, it's better to fight them with the amulet coin. Man, Fury Cutter being 40 base power, so 60 with stab is actually kind of nuts. Spoiler, the electric type wins. What if they both tied and they both lost? Have you ever thought of that? Also, I've tended to notice that this multi-battle you have to do can actually be pretty difficult sometimes. I haven't, like, had any deaths from it, but I've had the fight get pretty close before. I'm looking at the Behemoth vid and I'm laughing at my comment and everyone else's. Beheum. Didn't I cancel that video? I don't think I played White 2 with Beheum. Alright, I'm gonna save before Paulette here. I did do it in White 2. Ah. Maybe I delayed it, but I eventually did it. 1 HP. Wow. See, that's why I saved. Okay, I need to... Scott's video. Ah. The infamous Miracle Eye incident. Wait, so I played Beheum in White 2? Did I? I believe... You know, it's starting to sound familiar. Alright, gonna get that heart scale. Very important, I get it. AKA the 1984. Oh, better buy 1 escape rope. Like 6 paralyzed heals and some potions. Alright, so let's see if getting the drives work. Douse, shock, burn, chill drive. Yep, there we go. It worked. I got the drives. Alongside Sigalith. Yeah, to be fair, it's really hard for me to remember every run I've ever done. Dude, I'm having leveling problems. Also, Genesect starts with 0 friendship, so it's going to be a long time until we get the lucky egg. I'm only at 80 friendship right now. Can I get Shadow Claw? Ooh, I can get Shadow Claw. Okay, I better get it while I'm here. It could come in handy. It was 2 months ago. You expect me to remember 2 months ago, huh? Get rid of Screech. Teach Hone Claws in the place of Quick Attack. Oh my god, there's so many encounters in here. Oh man. Also last night in my Discord server, I didn't do any streaming because I was just really tired and just not in the mood to do a stream. So I did a bunch of champions in my Discord for like 2 hours, and oh my god, I saw some very hilarious teams. Do I want this move? It'll actually be useful for... You know, honestly, I'd say it's better than Fury Cutter. Yeah, get rid of Fury Cutter. Yeah, I saw some horrendously bad teams. There was this one guy who had a Melodic with Bright Powder, Whirlpool, Toxic, Recover, and something else. It was like a complete stall team. And I ended up losing because of that very first miss. I was using Last Respects on my Basque Legion, which should have one-shot the Melodic, and it missed. And because of that miss, it was able to just Make everything go wrong. Did you defeat Mega Contrary Bird? What are you talking about? Remember the last time you had to fish for a Shadow Ball Claw crit? I just remember, all I remember about it is I got tons of resets on Malva. I remember I had to Aerodactyl the fight. That's all I remember. Yeah, Hypnosis, Coil, Recover in Whirlpool with Bright Powder. I was so mad losing that. Yeah, but why were you asking, like, did I beat it? I mean, I did experiment with a couple other Megas. I experimented with Mega Phalanx, but Mega Phalanx is very mid. You essentially have to use your first turn using no retreat. But there's just better fighting type Megas to use, like Mega Staraptor or Mega Lucario. Oh yeah, Shadow Claw will be my best move against these water types. Ooh, Magnet Bomb at 22. It's a physical 60 power move, and it looks like it never misses. That's pretty good. Yeah, Mega Metagross is really good. Actually, I also experimented with Mega Raichu Y. I pretty much have Staraptor and Raichu as my two Megas, depending on the circumstances. Alright, let's see. 97 to 102. That was only +5. What a ripoff. Alright, I think I should be able to get level 22 before Grant, because I would like Magnet Bomb. Oh my god. You know, I need to stop underestimating that Relicanth. I need to, yeah, stop underestimating it. This isn't going to end up well either. Dude, why is that Relicanth so bulky? Okay, I'll go train. People on the Stunfisk sub also meme Mega Raichu I have Zap Cannon and Focus Blast, and Golurk is immune to those moves. Yeah, I've never experimented with Mega Golurk. Better get 22. Yeah. I thought Metal Claw would have been fine as well, but I just underestimate how bulky that Relicanth is. Magnet Bomb. Yeah. I'm just gonna go fight the trainer that's up there, too. Alright, level 22. Into 23. This should be way better. Ow. I'm not sure what that is. Dude, it's so hard to figure out, like, how much setup I need. Okay, save. Just save for this guy. Alright, let's just stick to this setup. Plus, Rock Blast just hurts. Oh my god, dude. This is terrible. Plus, I'm pretty sure that just boosted my special attack. Competitive battler. Ah. Okay, I had to win with a crit. Dude, screw that guy, man. That was so terrible. Where's the power of friendship when you need it? No drives yet? I do have the drives, but the problem with the drives is I don't have Technoblast. I have to get Technoblast with the move relearner. Which is all the way in Dendemil Town, which is after gym number 6. Also, I almost died. The guy keeps getting 5-hit Rock Blasts. Yeah, I've noticed that. Like he's got Skill Link or something. Yeah, look at that. Grant was the easiest person in this whole building. The guy with the Relicanth should have been the gym leader. If Grant's team was Webbel and Relicanth, he would actually be difficult. He'd be even more difficult. I mean, granted, Grant is difficult as he is because of Thunderwave, but since I now know that the guy who can give you the Cherry Berry can be safe scummed, he may not be as hard anymore. Because I had to do all those fights without Hone Claws. You could give yourself Technoblast? That would be cheating. I have to use a heart scale to get it. The only, like, quote-unquote cheat I did for this run was I gave Genesect the Faithful Encounter flag. It's so that way I can get the drives, because if Genesect does not have the Faithful Encounter flag, I cannot get the drives. Dude, Amora Tyrant Relicanth. Also, I kept Flame Charge just for this fight. Also, we're only at 148 friendship. And if you're wondering if the drives changes Genesect's typing, it does not. It does not change the typing. The only thing it changes is the type of Technoblast. I am not going to be fighting Hedwig. That's a terrible idea. Hey look, that Gramble's actually a one-shot. How rare. You definitely need the Soothe Bell. Yeah, the Soothe Bell, I believe, is in the next town. It's in Shalur City. Yeah, I will get it. Hey, Shadow Stitch. It also changes the color of the tiny thing on his model. Oh my god, why didn't you say so? Hey, Shadow Stitch, how's it going? Hey, Shadow Stitch, you missed me playing Champions in my server for 2 hours. You would have had plenty of chances to call me an idiot, like you love doing. Oh, get the Soothe Bell. Yeah, we're gonna have to hold this for a bit. I mean, we've already got loads of money right now. I think Shadow Stitch was busy. Yeah, he was probably busy playing a real good game, like Digimon. Well, I can just do that whenever. I don't necessarily need a reason. Cataplaw. I was editing Emolga. Oh, I didn't realize you still made videos. I thought that was a thing of the past. But dang, Emolga. Trying to recall what it's like. Did you ever get to utilize Volt Switch? I mean, you do have to go through decent chunks of that game without your HM users, so theoretically you could have. Oh my god, dude, I seriously hate this gym. Okay, I'm pretty confident that thing used counter. Okay, let's try that again. Dude, talk to me, you idiot. What Scott loves. Scott doesn't edit videos. I don't think he's edited a video in years. He literally pays people to do it for him. He has 2 video editors, Sean and Exceptional. Oh my god, dude, this thing has like no offense. Which is weird. It has 120 attack. You know what's funny? The 2 separate times I've been in here, my first trainer was... Oh my god, dude. Why? Dude, I am, getting absolutely destroyed. Here, my 1 iron. Dude, these people are destroying me. Badly. Alright. I just need more. Yeah, more home clauses. Your real time is bugged? Wait, what? Why did my... What the... How long was it like that? Did I even start my timer? Guys, serious question. Did I ever start my timer? I swore... No, I remember the timer going up. Let me see when my timer quit working. It was working up to the rival fight. Alright, so I taught Slash. Okay, for some reason when I... Wait. Yo, as soon as my timer hit 33:45, like, I pressed the plus button for the blackout, and at the same time I pressed the blackout, the timer reset. And it was at that point I noticed. I'll set the timer to 34:45. Add an extra minute to it. Yeah, for some reason, when I pressed my button, it did that. I think the problem is we're supposed to have aerial ace for this gym. Yeah. That would help a lot. But at least at least the timer should start working again. This ain't coding. I'm using a live split. Literally, I press the button that does the whole, like, blackout thing, and for some reason, pressing that button reset the timer. I wonder if I, like, fat-fingered a button or something. I mean, here's the thing, like, about getting aerial ace. I hate getting aerial ace, because to get aerial ace in this game, what I essentially have to do is, I have to withdraw my HM users, go get it, then immediately deposit them again. Okay, how in the world does a Hariyama outspeed me? Then again, I don't even think aerial ace would be too useful for some of these fights, because the problem is, I'm still getting damaged a lot. Oh, low sweep, lower speed. That explains it. You know what? Keep getting the XP. Yeah, just knock it out right away. Alright, there we go. Is Genesect actually buns? No, the problem is X and Y is level curve. It's the slow level up group. The slow level up group is causing me a lot of problems. Look at that. The easiest person in here was Karina. All of her other trainers were so difficult. Yeah, honestly, I'm not so sure. Like, I think Aerial Ace would have made the Heracross trainer better. But here's the thing, like, in those other fights that I was doing, even with Aerial Ace, I still would have needed to do setup, because Aerial Ace super effective is 120 power, while a stab Magnet Bomb is 90. So you guys saw how much Magnet Bomb was doing. Even if I had 30% more power, I would have still needed setup. I think it's just the poor moveset along with slow level up group. Honestly, yeah, in this game, since I got the drives pretty early, if I had access to Technoblast at level 1, I could have utilized it so much earlier. Like, I could have held the, like, the Fire Drive, for example, for Heracross. Oh, forgot to get my HM users back. No point in attract. You know, I probably want to fight the trainers. The trainers here give very good XP. You know what? Yeah. Also, Return is definitely better than Slash right now. Speed, guess what? I'm gonna play some non-Unova in Black and White 1. No, you're cheating. That's actually cheating, dude. You're not supposed to. Besides, you've already done that before. You played Darkrai. Actually, you know what? You know what would be even better news? Play some Black 2 and White 2. You don't even do those as streams anymore. Makes me sad. Also, you have to confront your fear of bugs with plenty of Aerial Ace requiring mons. Also, I'm at 204 friendship. Still nowhere close. Nowhere close to Lucky Egg. Do you know what? Since most legendaries are in the slow level up group and start with 0 friendship, the Lucky Egg is going to be very bad. The fact that the Lucky Egg is blocked off by max friendship is going to be a massive disadvantage for legendaries. I think legendaries are going to be the only ones affected, because there are regular Pokemon in the slow level up group that get 70 friendship to start with. Okay, Aerial Ace would be good for this gym, I'll give you that. He only almost never does non-Unova mons because he hates every other region. That's why. Like, if someone said, like, hey, can you play the Totodile line? And he's like, no, it's not interesting. But if you ask him to play the Oshawott line, he'll be like, oh, I already did that 5 times. You finished Black and White 2? Nice. I think Shadow made Also, Shadow made exemptions for Pokemon that evolve from Univamons. Like, if you asked him to backport Basculegion and play it, he probably would. Or I'm bored and so we decided to play something that interests me. Hey, I just really want to see how Genesect does when given access to the drives. I mean, even though Karina's gym was really rough, I do vaguely remember in the first run that it was also very rough. I think in the last run, I did get Aerial Ace, and it was still hard. Alright, so I think the worst thing this can do is Leech Seed. Okay, that thing's got Bulldoze. Nice, I still outsped. Yep. Ramos was the easiest person in here. Seriously, no other Pokemon game is like this, where the gym trainers leading up to the gym leader are easier than the actual gym leader. I'd say Black and White 1 would be an exception to that, because oftentimes Hugo is more difficult than Drayden. 225 friendship. Yep, nowhere close. Ooh, there's no Sandstorm up. I can actually grab a PP up here. I'm gonna go grab that PP up. Oh, nope. Dude, I hate this route. I hate it so much. Where is it? Here it is. How's the run going? The fighting type gym went extremely horribly. And not on Karina, but literally everyone else. Like, all those other trainers should have been the actual gym leader. Similar thing with Grant. The kid with the Relicanth should be the actual gym leader. That Relicanth is so defensive, it's not even funny. Just finished the Halo stream. How have those been going? Dude, I hate having to hold on to Soothe Bell. I would rather hold on to the Amulet Coin. But I'm going to be getting so much money anyway, it's not too big of a deal. But it's just very important that I get Max Friendship as soon as possible, because the sooner I get Max Friendship, the sooner I can get the Lucky Egg. And this is a slow level up Pokemon. It needs the Lucky Egg. I paid you $4 to backboard Mega Malamar. Would you do it? I don't think you would need to do that. You could probably just... He would probably do it for free. I mean, I don't think Shadow Stitch has unlocked channel memberships yet. I mean, Shadow, what I do for member requests is, I do them as streams. I don't do them as videos. I'm starting to think having Shadow Claw was bait. I mean, yeah, I hardly ever used it. But the question is, like, what move could I put there instead? It actually did. It was quite nice on the Meowsticks, but not necessary. I mean, then again, I did also have Flame Charge, but Flame Charge? Ah, dude, I've been encored, man. Okay. At least Team Flare's been going pretty smoothly. Also, as soon as we defeat Clement, we'll get Thunderbolt. Oh, Shadow, Stitch. Shadow Stitch, how many more Black and White videos do you have left to make? I know you have your videos and what will be versus videos. You have all those planned out. Do you know roughly how many more videos you have left? Yeah, Shadow. Oh my god. That is something you could probably do when you unlock channel memberships, is like, for a specific tier, You get a requested run like maybe once every 6 months or so as a live stream. I don't have an every 6 months thing. I just go off of like gut feeling, like, has it been a while? For Relicanth, Fury Cutter. For the last 2 gyms, Aerial Ace. Now you have Return as a stronger move. Yeah, I will teach Return shortly. I mean, here's the thing, though. Aerial Ace would have been useful for the Grass Gym, but I got no resets or blackouts. And I still do think by the end of the day, I think Aerial Ace is a trap for the Fighting Gym. Because I still would have needed setup for a lot of those fights. Like, the problem with Karina's gym is that her trainers have Pokemon that are very, very tanky and bulky. 30 or 40? Ah. $241 friendship. Alright, I'm going to teach Return now. I know when I get access to memberships myself, I'll probably let the viewers pick some game I corrupt. But less setup. I mean, true. It would allow for less setup. That is true. Alright. Signal Beam. Nah. The only special moves I'll probably want is probably Thunderbolt and Flamethrower. Hey, I found one use for Shadow Claw. Steel types. Do you think this will get A tier? A tier? I think if the rest of the run goes good, then yes. This is not getting S tier, though. I think it's going to be C tier. Honestly, 254 friendship. 255. Alright. I'm gonna wait till I get to... What's the place called? Lavere. I'm gonna wait till I get to Lavere City, then go get the Lucky Egg. Well, Shadow, by that logic, Victini should have been your first run. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding. I mean, the only reason I've been doing a bunch of Pokemon X streams right now is just to improve my skill. Because my skill with the 3DS titles was very lacking. Yeah, Imposter Ditto, plus the fact there's all those totem fights where you get stat boosts, and almost every trainer in the game has EV spreads. You're actually dealing with competent teams, so it'd be very interesting. Will I still think it's impossible? Yes, but it'd be interesting to see how far I go. I did do Victini early on, too. Yeah, true. Bell Sprout, Bell Sprout. Okay, let's see. 31 of those. Get like 11 hyper potions. Okay, vitamins. I am going to get 2 carbos, 1 protein, 5 calcium, and some HP ups. Yeah, it made no sense why X and Y, a game based in France, had a tipping system. Because tipping is very abnormal in France. I actually heard the customers, like service workers, like in restaurants, they actually get offended when you try to do that. Because it's not a part of their culture, because they get paid normal wages. But it wouldn't surprise me if they eventually started forcing it, because just with how out of control tipping has gotten. It's gotten to the point where they're making you tip self-checkout machines. Well, tipping should be optional in my opinion. What I can't stand though, Europe high class standard, depends on the topic. But yeah, it makes sense. Tipping a machine. Hey, I mean, you gotta be nice to the machine for one day when the AI overlords take over. They'll remember how nice you were, and they'll let you live. Instead of killing you, they'll just send you to the mines. Also, I probably should have used Magnet Bomb. For some reason, I thought that thing was pure steel. Okay, but they don't get cash. Oh, I've seen those. I've seen Uber drivers, like, intentionally take orders that don't leave tips just so they can take their sweet-ass time and just ruin the customer's food. I've seen videos of people doing that. The apes will take over instead. Probably. Dude, the Europeans don't even have air conditioning. And they're getting hit with like a 97-degree heat wave. Which to them, that's literally like boiling point. But a lot of people over here have to deal with like 110-degree weather during the summers. And they're like, we got AC. We're fine. I actually saw videos of this. There was this one building in France. You know how they have like soup kitchens? Well, instead of a soup kitchen for like food, it was a giant building that had an AC in there, and people can just stand in there in the cool air for as long as they wanted. I have seen some episodes of Adam Ruins Everything. The guy's kind of cringe. Even when I was in high school, when I first saw him, I thought he was cringe. Let's see. I need some more potions. I'm gonna get some more HP ups. Oh, I better go get Lucky Egg now. Yeah, people should not be using DoorDash, though. Like, they put in the fees, you gotta pay a delivery fee, then you gotta place a tip on top of it, and then eventually you're spending like 3 times more money. Plus, I've heard depending on the, I heard depending on the state where you live, some states, like, try to force, like, Uber Eats to pay, like, a specific minimum wage for their drivers, and they've actually started increasing the rates in some of those states. But honestly, people should just not use those. Like, takeout is already expensive as it is. Just go get it yourself, you know? Don't be paying, like, triple the price just to get it delivered to your door. I Uber to the bar. I meant, like, Uber Eats, and I don't mean, like, actual, like, where someone drives you somewhere. I understand there's instances where you want to do that. Like, if I flew to, like, a city I've never been to before and I need to get to my hotel, I am 100% calling an Uber. Because I'm not going to get a rental car and try to drive through foreign land. I'm not doing that. Yeah, there's a reason Ubers are real popular in big cities, especially near airports. Hey, who said Shadow Claw was a trap? Yeah, I heard DoorDash can deliver groceries now. Egg. Alright, I'll equip it after this fight. I mean, Dominic, you probably wouldn't want to be a DoorDash or Uber driver because, from what I've heard, those people predominantly only get paid in tips. Because the wage that they do get essentially all goes to gas. Because they have to pay for their own gas, and you got to use your own vehicle. It's just a giant scam. I mean, if you live in a big enough city, you could probably just be a Uber Eats driver, like, on your bike. I've seen people do it on their bikes. I mean, people only really ever do that as, like, a passive income thing. I did Uber Eats for a week, had off from work, but insurance wouldn't let me do it. Wait, I did Uber Eats for a week, had time off from work, but insurance... Wait, An insurance company told you couldn't eat Uber? What? That doesn't make any sense. I tried learning and it didn't work out. What? You fell off? Just like every one of us? Also, I'm struggling to figure out when is the best time to teach moves like... Honestly, I think the best time to teach Thunderbolt will be during the Lysander sections. Uh-oh. Okay, he threw. No, I did the deliveries, but they wouldn't accept my insurance papers. To what, like, prove you were in good enough health? When do we need Technoblasts? After Olivia. Because I would like to use a Douse drive and use Technoblast water on the Pyroars. So I'll wait until then to get it. I've never learned to ride roller skates or scooters or anything like that. Not even... Have any of you, like, been in public recently and saw, like, little kids with those like, shoes that have the wheels and the soles, so you could kind of use them like roller skates? By, like, riding on your heels? I wouldn't know how to use those. Made $280 for less than a week of Uber Eats? Well, I think it depends just how much you were doing on that day. Dude, I swear to God, this Sigilyph always knows what correct screen to use. Heels? They might have been called heels, yeah. Oh, dang, I haven't been marking my badges. Recently? That's old. Well, some trends don't die. Actually, when I think about it, I remember some high school kids I went with had those, so honestly, I think I just don't keep up with times. Anyway, I'm gonna go get, Technoblast now. Alright, Technoblast. Alright, so long, Shadowclaw. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of Magnet Bomb, and I'm going to replace it with Thunderbolt. Return Technoblast Hone Claws. Yeah. And for the first fight specifically, I'm going to do the Douse Drive. Oh, dude, the picture in PokeLink actually updates. Oh, that is sick. That is actually really sick. Dude, I am impressed the 3DS could load this thing. I do have a car, I just don't use it unless I have to go to the big city because of gas prices. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, in my area, they went down by like 50 cents. Still like $4.09 a gallon, though. Alright, attack Rose. Okay. Technoblast. Dude, this was a move I couldn't use last time, and it feels so good to actually use it. $382. Well, I mean, Shadow, I know you're in the South. The South has generally cheaper gas prices because they're nearer to Texas. Seriously, we need experience? Yeah. I think Douse Drive just for that one Lysander fight, then back to the Lucky Egg. I think I'll only switch to the Douse Drive when I'm fighting Lysander. $3.59 where you're at. Nice. Oh, funnily enough, I live like a few miles away from a native reservation. There's a gas station in a small town on the reservation. It's exempt from the federal taxes on gas. So while the gas stations in my town are like $4.09 a gallon, that gas station, like 20 minutes from me, is like $3.50 a gallon. Because they're exempt from a lot of federal gas taxes. And literally when I went past there last time, there were massive, massive, massive lines of cars taking up all the pumps. Because people know they're the cheapest gas in the whole county. Not just the whole county, probably within 50 miles. So everyone was going there. It was nuts. X-Scissor. Get rid of Home Claws. That'll be good for Malamar. Also, 110 during this section. This is essentially like 10 minutes behind Delphox. So I think at this rate, this might be B tier. Oh, speaking of, like, those vans, I'm assuming you're talking about an electric vehicle. I saw this video one time of this guy's Tesla that died on the side of the road, and another car pulled over to help it charge, and the Tesla was being charged with a generator. Also, Technoblast is just a pure normal type move. So I can technically just keep Technoblast as a special normal type move. Which you may be saying, well, why use Return? Return is good for the PP. Plus, in some fights, I get an attack boost. Oh, dude, Cybertrucks. I live in an area where electric vehicles are very rare. Because we're not in like a big city or near a big city where you can find tons of those. But I've been seeing more and more like Teslas pop up. I've seen like 2 or 3 different Cybertrucks. Cybertrucks aren't common either, and like I said, some people with one come and go. They look like a low poly PS1 model. Yeah, they're ugly. They're really ugly. Plus, they can kill you. I live in New York, went to California 3 years ago to visit family. Haven't gone over 10 years. When I went back, I saw Cybertrucks everywhere. Oh, in New York City, you mean? Or like in New York State. Alright, so the second Lysander fight is coming up next. Oh, Long Island. Nice. I mean, part of New York City is on Long Island, isn't it? Yeah, Brooklyn and Queens I know are on Long Island. Never did senior skip day. Yeah, I never did that either. There's an entire place that sells Cybertrucks. It doesn't get much business. But here's the thing, though. With how much those costs, I'm willing to bet the dealership only really has to sell like 1 or 2 a month to pay for all the bills and the employees. Anything after that is just profit. If you think about it. Douse Drive. Alright, everyone. Pokemon Masters just doxed himself. He lives in Nassau County in New York. Everyone, quick, find him. There's only like, what, 100,000 people in that county? Surely we'll find him. They cost that much? I mean, most new cars cost a lot. And electric cars are generally more expensive. Oh yeah, the furthest east I've ever been was Houston, Texas. And that was back in 9th grade for 2 weeks. Telling. Not telling you my town. Well, here's the thing. If I told you the county I lived in, you're like, oh, there's only 3,200 people there. We'll find him pretty easily. So wait, Shadow, how did that work? Like one of your IRL friends like found your channel or something, and like, how'd that work? What state am I from? Idaho. The state I live in is technically public. You can go to my speedrun.com account and it literally says where I am. But I know for a fact most people don't check it, even though it's in the description of every one of my videos. You can go to my speedrun.com profile. Do you see Mr. Potato Head? Oh my god, shut up. Alright, Masters, do you have that stereotypical New York Italian accent? Because clearly everyone who lives in New York has that accent, am I right? You know, they talking like this, you know? I'm from New York. You talk like that? One of your viewers bumped into you as a person? One of your 5 viewers? Dang, what a coincidence. Just kidding. I'm sorry. I should have used Technoblast. Coffee, I've been walking here. This is so stupid. Oh my, dude, I'm actually out of Paralyze heals. Yeah, Dominic, I've heard the upper peninsula of Michigan versus the lower half is like 2 completely different places. Cajun accent? Never heard of it. All my friends have houses in Pennsylvania. The Bayou accent. Oh. Okay, I'll just assume I know what you're talking about. Jamaicans. I know what a Jamaican accent sounds like. I've seen Futurama. Yeah, I'll definitely need to save my rare candies towards the end. So far, the only drive I've used is the Douse drive. But here's the thing. I don't need the fire drive. I don't want the electric one. Even though they would be more powerful than Thunderbolt and Flamethrower, I don't think it's worth it. I think the Douse drive is going to be the only good one. Because we also get the Ice Beam TM after Wolfric. Probably taking orders from them at work. I mean, at least they would speak English, I'm assuming. Because during some times of the year, my store gets a bunch of Hispanics who come to like they like plant trees and stuff. They do a lot of like outdoor work, and then they'll like come into the store and just buy like so much crap. I would hate to be a deli worker when they come in because they all like to go get deli food, and they barely speak any English. Like, they would kind of have to point at something. They can only say, like, one word. And they probably know how to count 1 through 10. That's pretty much it. And those guys have been coming over here, like, many times a year for a long time. You'd figure they'd know a little more than that. Eel, I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. New Orleans isn't haunted. There are parts of New Orleans that are haunted. Like, the very historical districts are. Unless there's, I'm pretty sure their cemeteries are. I heard their cemeteries, all the graves are actually outside of the ground. They don't actually bury the graves because the floods will just keep washing them up. So they live in like those like giant little concrete buildings. Like, if you guys know what the little graveyard from ZA looks like, that's what the graveyards look like in New Orleans. Thank God I outsped that thing. Oh, I would stay away from those voodoo shops. That place sounds satanic to me. Oh, that thing didn't use Nuzzle on me. I'm actually kind of surprised. Honestly, Genesect is starting to play good now. Alright, I need to go buy some full restores. Also, I think it's time to teach Flamethrower. Also, I think I'm at the point in the run where I need to actually pay attention what boost I'm getting with download. Special attack. You know, one of the things I really like about X, Y, and ORAS is if you try to walk diagonally against a wall, it automatically straightens you out, and then you start walking diagonally again. So I can just hold a diagonal direction. It's actually really cool. Like this. Yeah, this thing is most likely going to get B tier. B tier would be 135 to 140. There is no way this is getting sub 130. I think it would be cutting it extremely close to get sub 135. But I think B tier is most realistic. Dang it. Yeah, B is the most likely. But still, that'll be a huge improvement. Whoops. Uh-oh. Thank gosh that didn't have sturdy. Isn't the old clown hotel down near Las Vegas? I'd say one of the most haunted places that I've ever visited was back like 4 years ago. I actually visited the old Idaho State Penitentiary in Boise. It's a very old haunted prison, and parts of the prison burned down, like during a prison riot. I think it was like back in the 70s or something. Dude, the inside of like the prison cells, it was like so cold in there, even though it was like 90 degrees outside. Also, I just got a blackout. Yep, fun times. Actually, can you fly to... No, you can't. They were there, yeah. Then again, I was there before I ever saw that episode, like a long time ago. Candies? Honestly, I should probably use the candies, yeah. $74. Whoops. my old school after it's been shut down for a decade. Oh, nice. Did you like go in there after it was closed? Wasn't it like a really weird feeling? I did. It felt so wrong. But the weird thing was when my mom walked over asking who I was talking to, the priest... Are you trying to... Oh, so you were talking to someone who apparently died a year ago? Dang, that's weird. That is really weird. Yeah, I think my first experience was at that old state penitentiary. Uh, I remember I downloaded an app on my phone. It was supposed to replicate a spirit box, which it's a little device that sweeps through radio frequencies at like a quarter of a second. So it's just static. It's just all static noise. And we were next to a cell that held a serial killer, and it was all decorated just like how he had it before he was killed. And I remember I turned it on, and I remember we asked, is this where you stayed? And I swear to God, I heard a man's voice say yes, and I just ran out of the building. I also deleted the app, too. And we were inside a giant building made out of concrete. It's almost impossible to get signal in there. Chill Drive? Yeah, I think Chill Drive for Drosno is the way to go. Then again, I should have taught Thunderbolt again. Whoops. Uh-oh. Am I dead? Never mind, he threw. He probably used Shell Smash or something. I mean, yeah, I could buy one. Remember, I did that like 4 years ago. It was like a for fun thing, just to see if anything would happen. But I probably wouldn't want to... I probably wouldn't want to do that, though. I don't want to communicate with those things. It was a Stone Edge miss. Oh, nice, so I got lucky. You know what? No, I have Ice Spam. Thankfully, I don't think anything did. Dude, it lived. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I should have used the Chill Drive, yeah. Thunderbolt. Alright, I'm gonna need Flamethrower back. Honestly, I'm gonna teach Flamethrower and hold the Burn Drive. Because if I hold both of those... then if the Klefki uses Torment, I can just use a different fire move. Bug Steel's a good typing? It is, but Karina's gym was so horrendously hard. Yeah, this ain't getting A tier. Honestly, I think even if I didn't, I think if it weren't for that blackout on the rival, I probably could have barely gotten A tier. But B tier is respectable for this thing. Right, Douse Drive. Elixir. Yeah, remember Malva? She gave me like 30-something resets last time because I had to fish for a Shadow Claw crit on Torkoal. Yeah, guess what? I have the drives. Let's see. I would like Thunderbolt, Flamethrower, X-Scissor. I'm good with this coverage. Also, Diantha gives a special attack boost. I just glanced back at the notes. Uh-oh. Oh no. Wow. That is probably the first time I've ever seen Mega Gardevoir give someone a reset. That is actually insane. All because I got paralyzed. How did I get paralyzed? How did I get paralyzed? X-Scissor would be better? Yeah, you're right. The Gardevoir probably had Thunderbolt. It's my guess. 136.41. 9 blackouts, 3 resets, level 79. Yeah, very good improvement. Enough to get it out of the D tier. It's probably going to get promoted to the B tier. So yeah, this is how much better Genesect does when it actually gets access to the drives. Just remember though, I did have to give this thing the Fateful Encounter flag in order to get the drives, which you could argue is cheating, because like if you used like the Universal Pokemon Randomizer for instance, you should not have that flag set. But I think for Genesect, it was only fair. Because it was items exclusive only to Genesect. It didn't feel right to do the run without access to its own items. And besides, the guy is looking for a Genesect. Next is the Oras re-ranks. Not yet. My next X and Y stream is going to be Clawitzer and Dragalge. Then I've got to do some members only runs. Like Exploud, Excadrill, and Deoxys, and personally, I want to do AZ's Floette. So, I think all of next week is going to be X re-ranks, but then after that, I have to start practice for Pokemon Conquest for my PSR Marathon. No, this is not A tier. Here, let's go ahead and add this to the tier list, shall we? Or, here, I'll switch screens. AZ's Float will be broken with its signature move. I mean, we'll see how it plays. Let's see. May 5th, 2026. That was when I last played this. let's see, today. Yeah, it was only 2 months ago. I'm kind of surprised. All right, so it went from a 147.57 to a 136.41. That time improvement was solely because of the drives. Went from level 75 to 79. Went from 30 resets to 3, 2 blackouts to 9. Now I just need to get the game time. Game time of 6:31 to 6:24. You're going to be on Discord doing some Conquest runs next week? No, not on Discord. I'm going to be actually streaming to YouTube. I'm going to be streaming my practice. And after I get enough practice, I'm going to be bringing my commentary buddy. We're going to practice some commentary. That signature move is awful in a solo run. Technoblast? Oh, you mean Light of Ruin. It'll have to be saved. Anyway, we went from a D tier, top of the B tier. Pretty good promotion. It's still 5... Dude, look at that gap between the A tier and the B tier. That's like a 5-minute time gap. It barely outperformed Klefki and Walrein. Dude, performing similarly to Klefki, ugh. And Aegislash is right here too, so looking at the 3 steel types I've done, steel types are honestly getting grouped together in the A and B tier. So like they're a great typing, but not the best typing. Because the main problem with steel types, with these 3, the main problems I had with them, they had to wait a while to get good moves. I mean, Aegislash had access to great moves from the start. It's just the problem is when it's attacking things, it has very, very bad bulk. That was its problem. But yeah, anyway, thank you for stopping by, to appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow, where Ike the Killer and Steve will be joining us. We'll be playing... hold on. What are we playing? Let's see. Mega Floette. I'm really looking forward to playing that run. And we are going to backport a Fairy Aura. So all those fairy moves are going to get a 30% boost. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll have to just go... I'll need to go make the ROM now. But anyway, I'll see you all later. Bye. Look forward to the Raichu video tomorrow.